this is what he talks about when he talks about his investments.
And and my money is still making money. And as far as in real estate, I made smart investments. And I can think I got somewhere upwards of 1.2 billion in real estate as of right now, but just smart investments. Like I said before, I'm just truly blessed, and I'm thankful for all the people that went out and bought pay-per-view all those years.
What about the TMT gear? That's selling great.
I think right now with the money team and the movement, we're making $10 to $20 million a year, and that's just all online.
Online.
Huh?
Online income. I said online. I like that part. Online.
Listen. First off, I am a proud.
Hello.
Yes, we're here. Hello.
Hilarious.
I will say that I have several hats and shirts from TMT. Just because
So you contributed to that 10
I
mils,
definitely
what you're
did.
saying.
You know
Cool,
who had
cool.
a
Just
lot
wanna
of my
make-
money? A lot of my money. Not only now Marathon, but TMT and G Unit.
Really?
G Unit had yes, G Unit had all my money. G Unit had sneakers, hats, shirts, underwear, everything G Unit had. Yes, I'm being honest. I bought them. I got everything G Unit. I promise you I did. Floyd, I bought majority of it. Now there was this fire tracksuit that I wanted, but my man, he made that much money because he charges.
Really? Wow.
Like premium charging for these shirts and these hats that don't cost that much.
Was the quality good though? Like, was it still good quality,
It's
or was
okay.
it the 2-time wear type of?
No, it's okay. It's all right.
Okay.
I don't know if it's like,
Yeah.
but it's cool. Like it's still lasting. So I bought this for a long time ago, and the hats are still good. I think the shirt is a little because it was like the best ever or whatever, and it started to rip off. But that's not the point, right? So, looking at taking his money and making those smart investments, I think one of them he has like a few skyscrapers and everything like that. I think he invested almost as much as he spent.
Sure.
I think that's a fair statement to say, which is a lot. Okay?
Yeah.
Which is a lot. Some people will buy more than they invest and wait till like they're 80 something to enjoy it, right? So I think Floyd does honestly a healthy balance of investing and spending. Like I have one life to live, but I do have kids. So I think that's very smart. But one thing that I do like about Floyd is that not only does he make investments within himself and his family, he makes investments within his team, right? And I think that plays a good part when it comes to leadership, understanding, especially in the kind of role that he's in, where it's like, your career isn't forever. And you have certain people who make your career work. But when you hang up the gloves, then what? And he took that and was like, you know what? Let's each one of you have a business, right?
Yeah.
Let's each one of you have a business. I think that's, for me, I think that's more than just giving you the opportunity and the time. I think when you give people the resources and walk them through it, right? With your network, with everything. I think that's a whole different style of leadership that is very rare and doesn't get acknowledged, right? I don't think he gets enough props or any kind of props for that, because he could have left his team high and dry when he was done,
For sure.
He was like, yo, I'm out. y'all got to figure this out. I gave y'all time. Y'all knew this day was coming. Y'all know I'm done. I've announced it. Like, if you haven't found anything, I don't know what to tell you, right? And he didn't do that with them. He was like, we're all going to be set up. What do you think about that approach, Moose? I know you've probably have seen and dealt with different leadership situations. You obviously play a leadership role. Like, what is your take on that kind of concept?
Yeah, I think it's brilliant, especially for those who, don't come from money and acquire a great deal of wealth. And with a giving heart, you tend to take on a lot of people's problems and you want to obviously help them financially.
Yeah.
But you need to take into consideration that the money is not going to continue to come in, at least in that amount, if you're not continuing to diversify or at least figuring out methods to teach them to generate their own income. If they're just relying and you're giving, as a matter of fact, that's really the worst thing that you can do for them because you're not teaching them any good habits. Like, you're not transferring the knowledge or the education or the wealth that you're acquiring for them to maintain after you're gone or after you're done, with your career. So I think the brilliant thing that he does is that he begins to train them. And I think also the fact that I don't know how much this is talked about, but his business partner, Leo, he's a graduate from Harvard Business School, right? So like he's getting some high level counsel. It's not just, a group of minority owners trying to be flashy and ball out. There's some real strategic planning that's happening behind the moves because they know how to leverage that. When you talk about the business side, we compared him to LeBron James in the sense that, yes, very big names in their sport, but one of the things that Floyd did was he hired and shared revenues with the companies that run the entire fight. So when he partners with someone like MGM, he's now able to get a percentage of, guess what? The concession, right? Like food and beverages sold in the concession stands down to the concessions. He's profiting on everything that happens under his roof or that he's involved in. Right. Where LeBron, maybe he gets some bonuses for jerseys sold, I'm sure, but I don't know if he's getting paid on concession sales, right? So that wittiness, again, to really look at every single opportunity and leave no stone unturned to figure out where can I leverage, where can I have a say in what happens if I have this much control and demand, and slowly but surely it started to turn over. Like, there was really nothing like what he was doing. And some analysts say it's rare that it will be recreated because the sport, there's been talks about boxing dying out. And of course, MMA on such a high demand right now, there are some doubts that it would be ever recreated. But I think what he did was brilliant. And of course, beginning to share that knowledge with his team and his people, that was a great move on his part.
Floyd is rich.